Greetings, YouTube. Happy Monday. I'm in between two classes and have just enough time to review the new Advanced Ascendant bundle and a following tier afterward. And I want you to know that this is a very unique offer because, of course, for one, it contains the word epic. And normally the word epic implies something truly epic. And while this is not my definition of epic, it is certainly better than the epic failure that was for so many people yesterday's Sunday Choose Your Own Adventure ending to your deal. So I still hear from quite a few summoners almost daily that tier 4 basics are hard to get. And I get it, right? Even though you don't need that many to take a 5-star from rank 1 to rank 2, you only need 2, in fact, for that ranking. It still can be difficult to get them, especially if you're like me and you only try to use your glory on tier 5 basic catalyst fragments because they are so stinking rare. So you get half of a tier 2 alpha for 1,000 units along with 2 tier 4 basic and the epic Ascendant crystal gamble. This crystal gives you either a fully formed tier 2 alpha, which is 6% chance, but mostly it's going to give you either tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals or tier 5 basic fragments. Just kidding, right? There's only 6% of those. And I am curious how many tier 5 basic, if you happen to be blessed enough to get this and you pull some tier 5 basic catalyst fragments, please let me know how many are in this so I at least can pin the comment talking about the difference in value. But for everybody else, you're also going to see that mostly you're going to get the tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments, which again, how many fragments? I don't know. So please let me know. And then you also have a 15% chance at a fully formed tier 4 basic or a 15% chance at a tier 4 fully formed class catalyst. So it is a gamble. Now, what is 1,000 units for people who would actually have to buy them using cash? Well, we know that 1,000 units, when you scroll to the right, is in between Black Panther's treasure and Tony Stark's briefcase. So safely, it's about $40 worth of units if you were to buy the retail price. But of course, that is not the only part of this worth critiquing, because we also have the superior Ascendant bundle for an additional 3,000 units, which let's just basically say it's $100. So $140 worth of a difference of this. And that is 4 epic Ascendant crystals, so 5 total, 1 fully formed tier 2 alpha, 3 tier 4 basic, and 1 tier 4 class catalyst crystal. Now, it does say, hey, there we go. The tier 5 basic catalyst fragments are 4,500 minimum, which makes me think you could get different kinds. Tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments are half of a tier 2 alpha minimum, or of course a fully formed tier 2 alpha. So at least it says that the tier 4 basics you can get 2 catalyst minimum. Okay, interesting. A tier 4 class catalyst or tier 4 class catalyst fragments, 50 fragment crystals, which sucks. If you get mostly the fragment crystals, you definitely have missed on the gamble that is this crystal. So I prefer crystals with a little bit more guarantee. I will say this, for $140 worth of units, you should guarantee at least 2 fully formed tier 2 alphas in the second bundle alone. In fact, if I was doing the marketing for this and I was having the 3,000 units, I would have made that 3,000 units worth 1.5 tier 2 alphas, so that combined with the first offer, you have at least 2 fully formed tier 2 alphas at minimum. Now, 2.5 would have been even better, of course, because then you would have 3 fully formed tier 2 alphas. But still, as it is, the price for less than 2 guaranteed tier 2 alphas is about, $70 of units a piece? That is way higher than what we've seen the custom retail price of a tier 2 alpha, which is about $50 United States cash. And then it's also strange that you only get 5 tier 4 basics for $140. I think you should at least get 7 or 8. And then you have 1 tier 4 class catalyst crystal. It's weird that that's a throw-in. I think if Kabam's marketing had been smarter on this deal, instead of the tier 4 class catalyst crystal, which I'm guessing most people interested in this already have most tier 4 class catalysts either close to overflow or at overflow, or they're like me, they have several tier 4 class catalysts that are just hoarded using that super unhealthy behavior apparently. I think this would have been a lot more attractive to the people at the top had there been like a guaranteed chunk of 9,000 or even especially 15,000 tier 5 basic catalyst fragments. I know that would have gotten my attention as I look to take my next 5-star to rank 5. But because there are 0 tier 5 basic tier 5 basic catalyst fragments, I'm trying to say as I'm spewing over my words, 0 guaranteed tier 5 basic catalyst fragments in this. You just you can't buy this, right? You can't. It's too much of a gamble for too little of guaranteed value. It should be a minimum of 2 fully formed tier 2 alpha, and I would say at least 4,500, but if not at least 9,000 tier 5 basic catalyst fragments guaranteed, ignoring the epic Ascendant crystals. Part of what makes a deal like the 12,000 units for the guaranteed rank 4 to rank 5 5-star crystal of some class at the end of your first completion of chapter 1 of Act 6 so good is that you do have a guarantee of getting some class to land on to use 12,000 units to supplement the tier 2 alphas in the 2 fully formed tier 5 basic catalysts. Whereas this, they're just really, I would say, worth a guaranteed value. There's probably not more than $70 or $80 really. And so for $140 worth of units for only a guaranteed value of 70 to 80, it's an underwhelming offer. It should have contained a guarantee of tier 5 basic catalyst fragments, especially in the second superior Ascendant bundle. But because it doesn't, I can't give this higher than a C- grade. Now, obviously, it's going to vary. If you do the 4,000 unit gamble and you pull a crazy amount of tier 5 basic catalyst fragments or tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments, then your grade goes up. But if you get this and you mostly get tier 4 class catalyst fragments, you've gotten like a D. You've missed the RNG on this. So there's just too much variation on what you can get on this. And so I recommend that you hoard your units. Yes, I'm recommending unhealthy behavior for better deals, which hopefully are going to come soon. I'd rather you spend your units, quite frankly, for Cavalier on Cavalier crystals, which have a much better guaranteed value for the RNG than these epic Ascendant crystals. So there you have it, YouTube. What are your thoughts on this Monday deal? Comment below, let me know. As always, thanks for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.